In the middle, the big guy that missed the first matchup between these two ball clubs with an ankle injury, he actually played about 3 minutes before that occurred in that first ball game. Where's number 44, Patrick Hopkins? He's a 6'7" senior. He's going to be important today to battle the make boards against Marion. Keys to the game for Kokomo: half-court execution. They cannot run up and down with Marion. If they do, they'll finish second place. They must get Hopkins touches in the middle. The big guy should be able to operate down there. He is the biggest guy on the floor this afternoon. And they must shadow Wood. Wood being Scott Wood of Marion, one of the best three-point shooters in the state of Indiana. Someone's got to keep track of him all afternoon. Starters for Kokomo: at guard, number 14, T.J. Weir, a 6-foot junior. At the other guard, number 30, Alan Arnett, a 6'4" senior. Third guard in the lineup for Kokomo, number 24, Brock Barbary, a 6'2" junior. At forward, number 40, Tyrone Brown, a 6'3" senior. And in the middle, number 44, Patrick Hopkins, a 6'7" senior. Key players for Marion: I mentioned Scott Wood, number 15. He's a 6'6" senior. He averages 25 points a ball game and is a tremendous shooter. At the other guard, number 30, J. Rob McCallum. He's a 6'1" senior. He averages 16 points a game, and he can really take it off the dribble. Keys to the game for Marion: shooting of their guards. I just mentioned McCallum and Wood. They must really light it up for the Marion Giants. They have done so all season. Score off of steals. They will try to pressure Kokomo. They'll try to put ball pressure on them and get some easy baskets off their turnovers. Lack of depth. That may be a key, as Marion is not a deep ball club, and their starters need to stay in the game and not get into foul trouble. Starters for Marion: at guard, number 15, Scott Wood. He's a 6'6" senior. At the other guard, number 30, J. Rob McCallum, a 6'1" senior. And at forward, number 44, Mikel Brigham. He's a 6'5" senior. At the other forward, number 25, Davron Williams. He's a 6'5" junior. And the third forward in the lineup, number 35, Thad Caldwell. He's a 6'4" senior.
Okay, Dave, our officials are Marcus Gossard, Matt Hands, and Matt Knesevich. Friends, that's our scene setter. Kokomo versus Marion, Game 2. We'll be back with the opening tip-off. This is the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
When I hurt my knee, I really wanted to know what was wrong, so I chose a knee specialist.
I wanted to know how to fix my knee and if surgery was really necessary.
I wanted somebody with a worldwide reputation.
I wanted to know how soon I could get back to gardening.
I wanted no less than the best.
If you have knee problems, you need to see a knee specialist. That's why people from around the country, around the world, choose the Shelbourne Knee Center. World-class care right in your backyard.
Things are going crazy during Godby Home Furnishings Financing Marathon. Get the furniture of your dreams delivered today and pay no interest till 2012. Now that's the easy way to buy furniture. This interest-free financing offer won't last forever. Get in now and take advantage of it. For a limited time only, pay no interest on your furniture purchase for 3 full years. Remember, only at Godby Home Furnishings can you buy furniture today and pay no interest till 2012.
There are some things in life worth waiting for, and the X534 is one of them. Just witness, if you will. It's 4-wheel steering and powerful V-twin engine, all backed by a 4-year limited warranty. There's not another mower around that's built stronger or lasts longer. A mower like this doesn't come around every day, but this day is your day.
Available at McGavick Outdoor Power in Kokomo on US 31 North across from Menards, and in Marion, 1808 East State Road 18.
This game is brought to you by Wall Craze. Visit wallcraze.com or call 317-674-2676.
We're ready to go. There's the tradition of Marion, state champions, 1975, 1976.
And then 3 in a row, Howard, 85, 86, and 87, and then again in 2000. A lot of state banners.
Yes, it is. And we're ready to go. Patrick Hopkins at 6'7", and Michael Brigham at 6'5". Marion also won the state championship.
1926. That. Oh. See, I'm old enough to remember that, Howard. You're just a kid.
Here we go. Here is J. Rob McCallum as Marion controls the tip.
Don't want to leave that guy open.
Scott Wood has drained his 61st three-point field goal of the year.
That's what we said in the lead-in. Don't leave Wood open. He is a deadly three-point shooter. He's taken 159, now 160, and he's made 38% of them. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the land. If you let him get his feet set, you're in trouble.
T.J. Ware missing a three. The winner of this game meets Fort Wayne Snyder, which defeated Anderson earlier today. And we had, as Dave mentioned in the open, we had the Kokomo Marion game on TV 40 on December 19th. Marion won it 56-34. It's J. Rob McCallum.
He's a very exciting player.
Turnaround did not go. And the rebound to Patrick Hopkins. That's Hopkins, 44. Bartley hits a three, his 14th three of the year. And we're tied at 3, and we've played 1:15. McCallum, no. Good job of blocking out by Hopkins, who has the rebound.
That's the key, and that's one area I think Kokomo can take advantage of. Hopkins is bigger and stronger than anybody on the court. He stands 6'7" and well over 200 pounds.
Ware missed a three. Alan Arnett with the offensive board, and he scores. And the Wildcats lead 5-3.
Kokomo is playing man-to-man, and Alan Arnett has the responsibility of keeping track of Scott Wood.
And here is a foul underneath. Jansen's Tax Service has been serving Howard County and its surrounding areas like Frankfort and Tipton for over 36 years. Mark Rita and Tony Jansen specialize in individual tax returns, small business, and they offer electronic filing. Jansen's in Kokomo, 765-457-3940. Wood's three is no good.
Arnett got a piece of that, I'm pretty sure.
Hopkins already got his third rebound.
Well, remember we said in the lead, and he missed almost the entire game in this matchup back in December. He turned his ankle very early in the ball game, did not re-enter the ball game. What a huge loss that was for the Cats, and he'll make a big difference this afternoon.
Cats are leading 5-3. That's T.J. Ware. That's Hopkins. And he doesn't hit the shot. Kokomo maintains possession. Arnett off balance. And here come the Giants. That's McCallum. J. Rob to the hoop.
Pretty hard to contain J. Rob McCallum off the dribble. He can get where he wants to go just about any time he wants to go there.
Here's Alan Arnett.
Alan Arnett scores 12 points a ball game for the Kokomo Cats.
Marion ranked 9th in the state. Tied at 5 here in the early going. Hopkins on the baseline, muscling in, and he scores.
Kind of an awkward looking falling down shot, but it counts too.
McCallum at the other end. That has to be a travel.
They're calling a jump ball. The outside official. I'll tell you what, the Kokomo fans love you because they were all calling it a travel as well.
Brian McCauley, coach of the Wildcats.
Fine young coach, one of the best young coaches in the state. He's in his 3rd year there and brought them to a 15-7 record, but his record has gotten better year after year. And he's putting a real solid foundation back into the Kokomo program, which has tremendous tradition, but has been down a little bit, and expect Brian McCauley to bring them back to the top.
Okay. Hopkins at the line. And Macaulay, a part of that great Kokomo team in 95-96. Basil Mobby was the coach. They went 24-2 that year. And he averaged 15 points a game as Hopkins misses the first one. And that team also featured Lee Coomer, a terrific player as well.
Hopkins unable to make either free throw. That's a little bit of weakness for him. He's only 52% on the season from the free throw line.
Michael Brigham got the rebound, and Brigham's pass is knocked away nicely by Alan Arnett.
Good anticipation by Arnett.
Barbary with a three, no. Offensive board, no. Tyrone Brown. We've played a little more than 4 minutes of the first quarter. It is 7-5. Kokomo, this Marion team is explosive. Scott Wood hits a three, his second three.
You cannot give him daylight. If you do, you pay.
We might also point out Scott Wood is shooting 93% from the free throw line.
He used a little different method of getting him open that time, gave him the basketball, and then set on the ball screen. He took one dribble to his left, just enough daylight to get it off, and that's all he needs.
Scott Wood is NC State bound. And was his foot on the back line, Dave?
It was on the back line. The only thing I can figure, they thought there was a deflection involved.
And going to the hoop there is Hopkins. That is on Michael Brigham. Julius Mays, who was here at Marion a year ago, now is playing at NC State. So there is Patrick Hopkins. When NC State won the NCAA championship in 73-74, Tom Burleson and Monty Tao from Oak Hill was a member of that team, the guard.
Monty Tao, of course, is now an assistant coach. You may have mentioned that. He's an assistant coach at North Carolina State. Saw him sitting on the bench there, I think it was yesterday. I've watched so many games, the days run together, but this week Monty was sitting there on the bench in the conference tournament.
Scott Wood's jumper did not go, and they battled for the rebound. And he was out of bounds, I believe.
Yeah, they got it.
Andrew Mooney. 2:58 left in the first quarter. We're tied at 8.
To get here, Kokomo won the sectional over Lafayette Jeff and McCutcheon as they had to bye.
We'll pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
TNT is a family-owned business for over 19 years with one mission, and that is customer satisfaction.
At TNT Auto Sales, we offer a wide variety of certified pre-owned vehicles with over 150 cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs.
We offer warranties on most vehicles, a no-hassle sales staff, and financing for nearly everyone.
Our service after the sale is second to none.
Because your satisfaction is our future.
That's right, Taylor. So stop in and see us or visit us online at
www.buyattnt.com.
There are tractors, and then there are John Deere tractors. Anyone that knows the land knows the difference. A tractor worthy enough to wear the green and yellow has evolved over time from every piece of John Deere equipment that's come before it, which is why it comes available with 133 easy-to-install attachments, including the most popular one of all.
Available at McGavick Outdoor Power in Kokomo on US 31 North across from Menards, and in Marion, 1808 East State Road 18.
Recently, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance set out to find the perfect spokesperson. After an extensive search, we came up with 480 agents, 1,200 employees, and countless loyal customers. We're all about Indiana. We have employees and agents in every county. We know our clients and which products suit them best. So rather than one spokesperson, we ended up with tens of thousands.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Howard Kellman, Dave Nicholson, an 8-8 score. 2:50 left to go in the first quarter. That's Alan Arnett. Barbary for three. Brock Barbary is at his second three of the game and 15th of the season. 11-8 Wildcats, 2.5 to go first quarter. J. Rob McCallum pulls up
The rim rattler all the way in and came out.
Offensive board, no by Mooney. There's Arnett.
Kokomo's playing almost a 5-out offense. A lot of screening away from the ball, motion type offense, but leaving the middle open so they can drive through the boot.
Arnett's jumper, no. And an offensive board by Tyrone Brown, and he'll shoot two.
Here's a replay. Watch Brown take it to the rim. Right there's a nice offensive rebound by Brown. He takes it back up, and Brigham picks up his second foul for the Giants. They need Brigham in there because he presents a 6'5" body to help lean on Hopkins a little bit.
Kokomo is 1 of 5 from the line, still leading by 3 points.
I mentioned that Lafayette Jeff sectional was won by Kokomo. Marion won the sectional played at Huntington North by beating Fort Wayne North, Jay County, and Huntington North to get here to the regional.
1:50 to go in the quarter. And McCallum, what a move to the hoop by J-Rob.
He can go where it looks like there's no room to go. He's very good with the basketball.
Here's Arnett. McCallum with 4 points. 1:35 left in the quarter. 24 is Barbary, 30 is Arnett.
This tempo favors Kokomo a little bit. Marion Giants average 68 points a game. They're only 60 for Kokomo, and I'm sure they're happy to play at this speed.
Barbary hits another three, his third of the game. He is 3 of 3 from three-point land and 16 of 44 this season from that spot.
You're right, Howard. He came into the game only shooting 32%, but when you go 3 of 3, why not? Shoot him up.
McCallum didn't go. Rebound Salinas.
And I think you're seeing Brian McCauley call for 1 shot, so if they don't get a drive all the way to the ring for a lay-in, they're going to run 40 seconds off and end the quarter with a full-point lead at least, and then maybe take it to 6 or 7 on the last second shot.
30 seconds left in the quarter.
Coach Joe Luce down there up, really encouraging his defense. Joe's done a great job here at Marion. He's won 3 straight sectionals, and he's had 3 straight 20-win seasons. He's been here 5 years, won 91 games, and lost only 29.
Barbary hit with the offensive foul. Kokomo's first turnover of the game.
Well, that's not what you want, and I'm not sure why you go to basket with 10.7 seconds when you've held it for 45 seconds to take the last shot. You got to get it down to 4 seconds or less unless you've got a wide open look.
And you're up by 4 points as well.
Just made a poor decision going to the hole at that time. Because no question, with 10.7, Marion can come up and get a shot and get a rebound attempt. Plenty of time.
They're pressing in the backcourt. 8 seconds left in the first quarter. That's McCallum.
He'll go all the way and get it to somebody.
Scott Wood didn't have a good look, but he missed the 3. And that's the end of the first quarter with a score. Kokomo 14 and Marion 10 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
Things are going crazy during Godby Home Furnishings Financing Marathon. Get the furniture of your dreams delivered today and pay no interest till 2012. Now that's the easy way to buy furniture. This interest-free financing offer won't last forever. Get in now and take advantage of it. For a limited time only, pay no interest on your furniture purchase for 3 full years. Remember, only at Godby Home Furnishings can you buy furniture today and pay no interest till 2012.
Announcing the new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC. If your last car was a Pontiac, your next truck will be a GMC. GMC means tough, professional-grade trucks. The new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC offers sport utilities and crossover vehicles like the Acadia, the Envoy, and the new luxury Yukon and Yukon Denali. Your service-minded dealer, the new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC, luxury and elegance with the best service possible. At the corner of Main and Earl, Lafayette.
Massage therapy is becoming more popular than ever, creating a need for trained professional massage therapists. Alexandria School of Scientific Therapeutics, the oldest school of massage in the area, will train you to be qualified. Their instructors, who have over 130 years of combined experience, take the time to work with you one-on-one. Fully accredited by the state of Indiana and the Commission of Massage Therapy Accreditation, Alexandria has flexible classes that work with most schedules. Call Alexandria School of Scientific Therapeutics today.
40 Sports presents the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week. Indiana Members Credit Union, keeping it simple. The 1-2 punch of Ron Collier and Mike Miller at Indiana Members Credit Union. Their score after one, Kokomo 14, Marion 10. Dave Nicholson, Kokomo up by 4 at the quarter. Are you surprised?
A little surprised, but the tempo favors Kokomo, and they played very well. And when you get a guy like Barbary stepping up and hitting 3 straight threes, that helps. So Kokomo played a great first quarter, in my opinion. Field goal shooting, Kokomo in that first quarter, 5 of 12, 42%. Marion 4 of 12 for 33%. 3-point shooting, Kokomo 3 of 6, and of course Barbary made all 3 of those. Marion 2 of 5 for 40%. Kokomo out rebounded the Giants by 4, 11-7. Great floor game. 1 error, Kokomo. Only 2 turnovers for Marion in that quarter.
The rebound of the big guy, Patrick Hopkins, his 4th rebound. Here's Barbary. Opening moment of the second quarter, the Wildcats by 4 over Marion, which is number 9 in the state. Traveling. Barbary called for traveling.
Well, the Marion Giants only lost 3 games in the regular season. However, those losses were to Lawrence North. A lot of people lost to Lawrence North this year as they're playing down in Hinkle in the regional today. They lost to Warsaw by 3 points, and Fort Wayne Snyder beat them 82-66. That was the 3 losses for the Giants while winning 20.
There's Scott Wood. McCallum. Opening moment, period 2. McCallum with a pull-up jumper. In the basket, the 5th rebound for Patrick Hopkins. McCallum is a very talented player. He is 2 of 6 from the field in the early going.
I think that last one should count half.
That's right. It sure looked good. It sure looked good. Neither team has scored in the second period, and we have played a minute and 15.
Both teams have settled into and being satisfied with a half-court game against, I think, this favors Kokomo because they're a little more of a half-court team than the Marion Giants.
Out of bounds to Marion, off the hands of Patrick Hopkins.
Well, Hopkins kind of walking up the floor and scratching his head a little bit. He's got to stay in the ball game because he provides something that neither of the teams have other than himself, and that's a wide body. Takes up a lot of space in there.
Scott Wood. Hopkins with his 6th rebound. Marion hasn't scored in 3.5 minutes. But again, this is a very talented Marion team. Hopkins all the way, and he missed the shot.
Nice hustle there by Hopkins. He kept after, kept tipping it, hitting it. Finally was able to hit it off the leg of a Marion player. Kokomo keeps the basketball.
Each team has committed 2 turnovers. Quite a difference, Dave, from game 1 when there were a lot of turnovers by both teams.
Well, the pace of this game, it's a little easier to take care of the ball because they're playing half court. Neither team's really getting up in the grill of the opponent. They're giving them a little bit of space out there. So you're not going to have as many turnovers, but that makes for a better flow.
Scott Wood hits a 3.
That's
his 3rd.
Yep.
He has 3 threes already, and it's a 1-point lead.
Well, the number one one of the keys for Kokomo was keep track of Wood. He's going to dunk this one.
He steals and he slams. 11 points for Wood. Timeout. Timeout. Marion by 1 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
We are not going to work forever.
We have a lot of plans. There's stuff we want to see, and we're saving to make it happen.
So when our agent told us about return of premium life insurance, we were interested.
It's a 20 or 30-year term, and when it's over, we get all our premium back.
Protection and a nest egg. That's why we have Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
Announcing the new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC. If your last car was a Pontiac, your next truck will be a GMC. GMC means tough, professional-grade trucks. The new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC offers sport utilities and crossover vehicles like the Acadia, the Envoy, and the new luxury Yukon and Yukon Denali. Your service-minded dealer, the new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC, luxury and elegance with the best service possible. At the corner of Main and Earl, Lafayette.
There are some things in life worth waiting for, and the X534 is one of them. Just witness, if you will. It's four-wheel steering and powerful V-twin engine, all backed by a 4-year limited warranty. There's not another mower around that's built stronger or lasts longer. A mower like this doesn't come around every day, but this day is your day.
Available at McGavick Outdoor Power in Kokomo on US 31 North across from Menards, and in Marion, 1808 East State Road 18.
Marion with 5 quick points has a 15-14 lead thanks to the Shelbourne Knee Center for sponsoring the scoreboard. Subway is the place to go right now at all Subway sandwich shops in Marion, Kokomo, Rucherville, and Greentown. Get footlong subs for $5. Subway in 4 Kokomo locations in the Markland Mall, on Dixon, on Katana, and on North Reed Road. Championship game tonight of this Marion Regional, 11 o'clock, right here on TV 40.
Shooting so far in the ball game, Kokomo 5 of 15, 33%. Marion just about the same, 6 of 17 for 35%.
Kokomo ball.
In our lead in and our keys to the game, we said Marion must get some baskets off of steals. Well, Wood, if you remember, just a half a minute ago, made the steal at midcourt and dunked the ball.
Arnett missing at 3. Davron Williams rebound. Scott Wood to the hoop. And he was fouled in the act.
He's a 93% shooter, ours, so he's a slender young man. Doesn't take much space for him to get through there. And he's a good free throw shooter. That's something he didn't do a year ago. He couldn't put it on the floor real well. He's added that to his game. And the way he shoots threes, now what are you going to do? You're going to stay up on him tight and let him get a quick step on you, or you're going to sag off and let him shoot the three. So that's a big asset for Scott Wood to add the shot off the dribble.
Scott Wood has scored 7 points in under a minute now. It's a 7-0 Scott Wood run. It was 14-10 Kokomo. It's 17-14 Marion. For Kokomo, Barbary is back in. Brock Barbary replacing Chase Swing. And J-Rob McCallum fouled by Arnett.
Nice steal by J-Rob McCallum, takes it all the way down, and Arnett trying to stay with him, just never had a chance to get squared up defensively, and picks up the personal.
The Kem Road Animal Hospital in Marion provides compassionate and quality veterinary care for your pet. They have a highly trained and caring staff, and they are conveniently located at 1850 West Kem Road in Marion. Call 664-0711, and they wish the Giants the best, and the Kem Road Animal Hospital says, go Giants.
J-Rob made 1 of 2.
In the last minute, the Giants have scored 8 points, an 8-0 run. They lead by 4. They trail 14-10 at the quarter. Kokomo hasn't scored, and we're almost halfway through the second quarter.
Well, the biggest thing you have to do by either ball club at the pace and tempo of this game is to stay solid. Don't get eager and start shooting the passing lanes, double teaming, and doing things you're not supposed to be doing.
Patrick Hopkins, second field goal.
All that amounts to is patience. You got to show patience on defense as well as offense when it's a relatively low-scoring, slow-paced game.
4:20 left in the half. The ball knocked away and out of bounds.
Nice hustle there by McCallum. Got a deflection, wasn't able to keep it on the court.
Nice pass inside to Hopkins. He's deep and he scores.
Good coaching there to set up Hopkins, because they don't have anybody, when you get that deep to him, shouldn't be able to stop him. He's got strength and weight over the other players.
Wood from downtown Marion missed.
He was back there to this leg of the M in the middle of the court on that one.
18 apiece, 3:48 left in the half.
Foul was on McCallum. That's his first. Each team now has 4 personal fouls. No trouble there at all. And we talked about what a good floor game. Coming into the day, each of these ball clubs average about 11 turnovers per game, so not unusual for them to value the basketball.
Upcoming at halftime, sponsored by Alfeld Sports Medicine and St. Vincent's Carmel Hospital. Our featured guest will be Mark Jansen of Jansen's Tax Service in Howard County. He's a mighty busy man these days. Davron Williams kicks the ball away. The biggest lead for each team, 4 points. We've had 4 ties and 4 lead changes.
Kokomo's been running what they call the flex cut, where they set a guy on the block and run a guy along the baseline off of him, and they're getting people open. If they time that just right, you're going to see Hopkins get some more layups.
And Arnett to the hoop.
Charge.
Offensive foul on Alan Arnett. Number 2 on him. 3:24 left in the half. Fort Wayne Snyder won the first game, defeating Anderson. So the winner of this game meets Fort Wayne Snyder tonight for the championship, and we'll have it at 11 p.m. on TV 40. Here's Scott Wood spinning across the midcourt line. Pull-up jumper. No.
Boy, that was 1 against 3 by Hopkins. He had 3 Marion players around him. He just went up with determination to control, and I believe that's his 9th rebound.
He's got 9 of the 17 Kokomo rebounds, and a powerful move to the hoop by Hopkins.
Well, he has the way of looking off balance, but he has balance. He looks like he's out of control, but he's not. He has a great touch when he goes up. Second time he's done that.
6 straight Kokomo points. J-Rob McCallum, no. Rebound TJ Ware. Boy, it looked as if the Giants were going to blow it open. They scored 8 straight points, but the Wildcats have come back with 6 straight. Marion scored 8 points within a minute, and Hopkins is off balance, and he draws a foul. We'll pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
When I hurt my knee, I really wanted to know what was wrong, so I chose a knee specialist.
I wanted to know how to fix my knee and if surgery was really necessary.
I wanted somebody with a worldwide reputation for great results.
I wanted to know how soon I could get back on the track.
I wanted no less than the best.
If you have knee problems, you need to see a knee specialist. That's why people from around the country, around the world, choose the Shelbourne Knee Center. World-class care right in your backyard.
Hi, I'm Ken Beckley. I want to tell you about my credit union, Indiana Members Credit Union. In these difficult economic times, people need a financial institution they can trust, one that's rock solid, a credit union that cares very much about its members. Indiana Members Credit Union is all that and more. So just stop by any Indiana Members Credit Union branch and join my credit union.
If you're having trouble getting approved for a car loan because you have less than perfect credit, the Eric's Credit Team can help.
Even if you've had bankruptcy, repossession, foreclosure, divorce, or just carry a lot of debt, the Eric's Credit Team can help.
No matter what you've seen or heard, we are getting car loans approved every single day.
Call the Eric's Credit Team today and let us help.
We have heard and seen it all. When others say no, we say yes. Call 1-800-967-8244 and ask for Big Bob Moore.
Kokomo leading by 2, and that's Patrick Hopkins, who's had a great game. That is his 10th point. He has 9 rebounds as well.
He's having a great first half, and he's making a lot of hustle plays. I don't know how often you see the big guy put it on the dribble, but twice now Hopkins has put the ball down on the dribble, and for a guy his size, that's a pretty good play.
Timeout. 2:21 left to go in the first half. Kokomo ahead 21-18. Dave?
Okay, we got a little action here. That's 32 of Kokomo. That's Swain. And you see, watch him. And now he just is, he's not going to leave Scott Wood, and he shouldn't, because we've seen what happens when Wood gets an open look. That was not an open look. He got a piece of it. And Wood's saying he got my wrist too, but Wood came out and hit 3 threes in the first quarter, and now Kokomo has just said we're going to have a guy shadow him all day. And ironically, that's exactly what we said. One of the big keys for Kokomo was shadow Wood. It just took him a little quarter to catch on to it.
Well, he has 11 points from the field, but again, while that's certainly very good, he hasn't gone crazy, and he has missed some shots.
Well, there's 2 players that you want to keep track of on Kokomo, J-Rob McCallum and Marion, and Scott Wood. You keep track of those 2, and you really take a chunk of their offense away. They're averaging 41 points between them. So I think J-Rob McCallum's tougher to guard than Wood because he's so good and quick off the dribble. Scott Wood is not real quick off the dribble. You just can stay with him, but you cannot give him 2 inches of open air or he's going to score.
Here's J-Rob McCallum, 2 men on him. 2:05 left. First half. Kokomo only has had 3 players score. Marion's only had 2 players score. Wood and McCallum. Until that basket underneath by Davron Williams. And here TJ Ware hasn't scored.
Well, Brigham's the one that maybe should have scored because Brigham averages 12 a game, and I don't have him for a single point.
That's correct. Let's check out this whistle. Barbary. How about Brock Barbary?
Well, he takes it right into the teeth. Here it comes, right into the teeth of the defense between 2. He sees he's going to get the contact, so he just kind of flips it up, and it had soft enough touch to bounce around and go in.
It counts and a foul for Brock Barbary, who has 3 threes in that bucket. The Wildcats by 3.
Each team now has 5 team fouls. No one's in foul trouble. Brigham has 2, and Cardwell has 2 for the Marion Giants.
Kokomo 2 of 9 from the line. Well, I'll tell you what, he was deep. Andrew Mooney was deep and didn't look to the hoop. Wildcats by 3. That's J-Rob McCallum. Good look, and he's got it.
That's why I think he might be the toughest Giant to guard. He can do so many things off the dribble, and it's tougher, much tougher to defend a dribbler than it is a guy that comes off the screens for the jump shot or standing shot. Carried the ball. They got him.
He double dribbled. The Kokomo's 6 turnover.
The crowd had that one called long before the official, but they were both right. They both called the same thing.
48 seconds left, second quarter.
Brian McCauley, the coach of Kokomo, is doing a great job of getting Hopkins in and out of the ball game. He's working really hard, and he's getting a little fatigue. And you know, when you get fatigued, you have a tendency to pick up those touch fouls. And he's done a wonderful job of giving him a minute here and there to rest and getting him right back into the action.
40 seconds to go. Second quarter.
Now Marion's looking for the last shot or the layup, whichever comes first.
There's McCallum. Scott Wood. McCallum, they got time, plenty of time. What a long three. Boy, he shot it with 18 seconds, and now Kokomo has a chance to score.
He's a great shooter, but I'm not sure, unless I was absolutely open, that I wouldn't have waited and taken the last opportunity.
Here's Hopkins, who's had a great quarter, and he scores again. Great half, I should say.
And that's the reason you wait until 4 seconds to shoot the last shot.
Hopkins with 9 in the quarter, 12 in the game. What a surprise at the half. Kokomo by 3 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
Well, I'm off to Jiffy Lube.
Why?
I hear they keep you informed of everything that goes on in your car.
Everything? I'll take it for you, Ma.
A Jiffy Lube service review can tell you a lot about your car, which services you need and don't need according to what your car manufacturer recommends.
That's everything, right?
Yeah, everything looks good. When I hurt my knee, I really wanted to know what was wrong, so I chose a knee specialist.
I wanted to know how to fix my knee and if surgery was really necessary.
I wanted somebody with a worldwide reputation.
I wanted to know how soon I could get back to gardening.
I wanted no less than the best.
If you have knee problems, you need to see a knee specialist. That's why people from around the country, around the world, choose the Shelbourne Knee Center. World-class care right in your backyard.
Dear Harper Lawn and Garden, my darling wife bought me a new grasshopper mower for my birthday. The anticipation of using the zero-turn radius around the hedges and trees in our 2-acre yard was more than I could bear. To feel the thrill of the wind in my hair, the smell of freshly cut grass, the excitement of my new grasshopper from Harper Lawn and Garden. Alas, I have yet to even sit in its seat. My wife has commandeered my grasshopper. Sincerely, frustrated husband.
Harper Lawn and Garden, 109 South Washington, Swayze.
Friends, there is our halftime score. Kokomo leads by over Marion by 3. Thanks to the Shelbourne Knee Center for sponsoring the scoreboard. The Mike Razor Pontiac GMC trivia question. Which two schools have made the most boys state final appearances in basketball? And before we give you the answer, we'll tell you that Mike Razor Pontiac at the corner of Main and Earl and Lafayette. Get out there today, get a great deal on a car. And we're privileged to have a halftime guest, Mark Jansen, who played for these Kokomo Wildcats in 1986, the proprietor of Jansen's Tax Service in Kokomo. Mark, how has high school basketball changed from when you played for the Wildcats to now?
Howard, the excitement has not changed, that's for one thing. I'm not sure, I'm not really in favor of the class so much because I feel like it kind of waters it down a bit, but it gives the smaller schools an opportunity to, proceed a little further in the tournament. But it would be kind of interesting, as you know, probably like a Tipton against a Marion in this particular year with Elston and whatnot. But, the excitement, I mean, this atmosphere here is just awesome. Anytime you have the Kokomo and Marion teams playing. Unfortunately, with this class now, we've got 3 NCC schools in this one regional, which, I love to see the NCC teams all kind of meet in the state finals.
And you also have the 3-point field goal now.
That is correct. We, I was the last year under Carl McNulty, which was the second year after consolidation. So I think the 3-pointer was instituted in about 88, wasn't it? 88 or so. Yeah, so we did not have that.
The 3-point field goal in high school basketball in Indiana we're talking about right now, and when it began. Dennis Casey
88.
says it began in the late 90s. Late 90s, about the same time that we had class basketball beginning, the same time as the 3-point field goal was instituted.
88.
Oh, 1988.
Yes, because Hogan, I remember Hogan, that was his senior year, and he was pouring them in that year.
But the game of the week began in 1990. Tell us about Jansen's Tax Service.
Well, Jansen's Tax Service, Howard, we've been preparing tax returns for about 40 years in Kokomo, and it's just a small family-owned operation. My dad started it out of his house in 1968, and we've been blessed since then, and we've grown a little bit. We've actually got our own office now the last 6 years, and last year we prepared somewhere close to 1,800 tax returns. So business has been good, and we've been blessed, and we're happy to be able to advertise with you guys. And I don't know what else to say.
Well, this is your busiest time of the year.
Actually, we get bombarded in February, and so March we get a little bit of a lull, and then in about a week people are going to start remembering that, hey, we got to get those tax returns done.
We want you to be very busy all the time.
That's right. Well, you know, it's actually kind of nice because it's so crazy in there. It's nice to have a little bit of a break. So, you know, Dad and I were able to jump out of the office and get over here and watch the Cats play.
And when you get very busy, does it tax your nerves?
You know, actually, for as busy and crazy of a time as it is, it's very peaceful in there, and it really is. So
thank you so much for joining us, Mark. Best of luck to you.
Hey, let's get the Cats rolling here. Let's get a win here, and let's get a win tonight and get on to the semi-state.
Cats played a great first half. The Mike Razor Pontiac GMC trivia question. Which two schools have made the most boys state final appearances? And the answer, Anderson and Muncie Central, 24 appearances. Okay, that's the Mike Razor Pontiac GMC trivia question. And again, our halftime score, Kokomo 25, Marion 22. This is the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
When I hurt my knee, I really wanted to know what was wrong, so I chose a knee specialist.
I wanted to know how to fix my knee and if surgery was really necessary.
I wanted somebody with a worldwide reputation.
I wanted to know how soon I could get back to gardening.
I wanted no less than the best.
If you have knee problems, you need to see a knee specialist. That's why people from around the country, around the world, choose the Shelbourne Knee Center. World-class care right in your backyard.
I have a car, my wife has a car, and just recently, my 17-year-old daughter got a car. Now we have 3 tanks to fill, 3 cars to maintain, 3 insurance premiums. But my agent just told me about a new family-friendly multi-car discount. So even though we have more cars, we save more. And that's why we have Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
TNT is a family-owned business for over 19 years with one mission, and that is customer satisfaction.
At TNT Auto Sales, we offer a wide variety of certified pre-owned vehicles with over 150 cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs.
We offer warranties on most vehicles, a no-hassle sales staff, and financing for nearly everyone.
Our service after the sale is second to none.
Because your satisfaction is our future.
That's right, Taylor. So stop in and see us or visit us online at
www.buy@tnt.com.
There's your halftime score. Kokomo 25, the Marion Giants 22, in somewhat of a surprise halftime score. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. First of all, with Kokomo, Brock Barbary, if you remember, he hit 3 threes in a row for the Cats. And the guy that had a great first half right there in the middle, Patrick Hopkins, he did everything. He rebounded. He had 12 points. You're seeing 2 of them right here. He has amazing balance for a big guy. He looks like he's falling over. But here comes Barbary down the middle again. Those 2 accounted for 23 points. And here comes Hopkins one more time down the middle, and a soft touch off the glass. Now for the Marion Giants, J-Rob McCallum, the guy that can go anywhere, anytime he wants off the dribble for 2. Here's Scott Wood off the steal and a slam. They got that ball at midcourt, went all the way and flushed it down. And Davon Williams down inside puts it up and in. Then here comes Scott Wood. He doesn't need much space, folks, to get open to make that 3 for the Marion Giants. There's your halftime stats. 48% shooting for Kokomo. They had a great first half, I thought. Marion 35%. 3-point shooting, 3 of 8 Kokomo and 3 of 8 for Marion. That's acceptable. Free throws, 2 of 9 for Kokomo. That's not good. Marion 75%, but only shot 4. Rebounding's a little surprise. Kokomo 19, but a lot of that has to do with Patrick Hopkins. Great floor game with 6 turnovers for Kokomo and only 3 for Marion. few fouls committed, 4 and 3, and that was by Allfeld Sports Medicine and St. Vincent Carmel Hospital. And we'll be back with the third quarter in just a moment, and you don't want to miss the second half.
Recently, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance set out to find the perfect spokesperson. After an extensive search, we came up with 480 agents, 1,200 employees, and countless loyal customers. We're all about Indiana. We have employees and agents in every county. We know our clients and which products suit them best. So rather than one spokesperson, we ended up with tens of thousands.
Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're part of your life.
At Vincennes University, your choices lead to an exciting future.
I choose to conquer the air.
I choose to advance the world.
All top story.
I choose to master the airwaves.
Exciting futures begin with your choices. Vincennes University.
Brooke, I thought long and hard about this, and I picked this out especially for you. It's a John Deere lawn tractor from Harper Lawn & Garden.
A John Deere tractor from Harper Lawn & Garden? Now that's a serious commitment.
Get your John Deere from Harper Lawn & Garden, 109 South Washington, Swayze.
We begin this third quarter. The original starters for both teams. Kokomo leading number 9 Marion by 3 at the half. Marion won the earlier game this season by 22.
One thing the Marion Giants will emphasize is we've got to check off Pat Hopkins, the big 44 in blue. He had a tremendous first half, and they got to pay more attention to him.
Oh, he certainly was great at both ends. TJ Ware. And the short jumper by Alan Arnett.
Great balance off the dribble, just like you would want a guy to do. He took one dribble, got both feet under him, planned, and went straight up and knocked it down.
This is the biggest lead either team has had today. Patrick Hopkins with his 10th rebound.
Who else would you expect to get a rebound in this ball game? He has owned the glass.
And he clears those boards with authority. And a short jumper by Tyrone Brown.
What you're seeing right now is a building of confidence in the Kokomo Cats. Since they got off to the start and have had the lead most of the way, they feel like now, hey, we can beat these Marion Giants. And I'm not sure when they go off the bus if they felt that way.
Dave Ron Williams with a follow-up and a big bucket for the Giants to slice the lead to 5. Alan Arnett
sticking with their game plan, running their motion offense until they get the shot they want. By the people that they want. That's just as important as a shot is who's taking them.
Hopkins made a beautiful pass to Brown, and Cardwell fouled him.
I believe that's 3 fouls on Thad Caldwell, and you're going to see it here. Nice take to the basket. Nice pass there. Came over to Brown, and he went right into Caldwell and picked up the 3rd foul on him.
Tyrone Brown, a 57% free throw shooter. Would you say, Dave Nicholson, we've reached a point where the Wildcats are saying, hey, wait a minute, we're up by 6, and this improves their confidence?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was pointing out just a minute ago. You can see the much more spirit, much more confidence in themselves, and the coach is working really hard on the sideline. Everything's going for them. You know it's going well when a 56% free throw shooter steps up there and knocks them down.
McCallum.
Look at Arnett on the hold there. He was trying to keep the ball out of Wood's hands, and that's the 3rd foul. And the reason that's important, he's the guy that has done the job on Scott Wood. Now watch Wood come around, and he actually fouled J. Rob McCallum reaching in. Let that go. If you're containing Wood, don't worry about J. Rob. You take care of Scott Wood.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he was in that lane a long time. Wood didn't have a good look. Williams was in that lane a long time. That's a better look, and that's a 3 for Scott Wood.
Well, on that first one, I saw Joe Luce really barking at the official. He felt like Wood was hit on the arm on the first shot. From our angle, there's no way we could tell.
That is Wood's 4th 3. Here's Hopkins.
He's confident.
He's powerful. And he's called for an offensive foul.
They call offensive foul on that. We need to probably look at that one again. I'm not sure. Brian McCauley there on your screen looks a little puzzled by that call as well. He was kind of using his dribble.
Left, third quarter.
We've seen him do that in the first half, use his dribble in the post to free himself, and he was doing the same thing. He must have extended the arm a little bit, picked up the offensive foul.
Arnett leaves with 3 personals. Swain replaces him for the Wildcats, and this is J-Rob McCallum.
You know, as well as Kokomo is playing, I expect to look up as J-Rob cuts it to 1. I expect to look up and see Kokomo up 10. I look up and it's a 1-point game.
Wood and McCallum both have hit 3s, and a 7-point lead's been shaved to 1. Here's Hopkins going through 3 guys, and the rebound is taken down by Brigham.
Nice
Wood to Brigham. Brigham hits the offensive board. Hopkins rebounds.
Well, you had 2 Marion players, Davon Williams and Brigham, come together there and kind of knock it away from each other.
Timeout. Kokomo by 1 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
Hi, I'm Ken Beckley. I want to tell you about my credit union, Indiana Members Credit Union. As a professional in Central Indiana for many years, I've always been able to count on Indiana members personally. They've made my choice easy, and they've shown me trust and stability on a consistent basis. That's why I've remained a loyal member for more than 30 years. So just stop by any Indiana Members Credit Union branch and join my credit union.
At Vincennes University, your choices make dreams come true.
I choose to shine.
I choose to explore.
I choose to care.
Offering you choices for any dream. Vincennes University.
There are tractors, and then there are John Deere tractors. Anyone that knows the land knows the difference. A tractor worthy enough to wear the green and yellow has evolved over time from every piece of John Deere equipment that's come before it, which is why it comes available with 133 easy-to-install attachments, including the most popular one of all.
Available at McGavick Outdoor Power in Kokomo on US 31 North across from Menards, and in Marion, 1808 East State Road 18.
Kokomo by 1 in the third quarter. Thanks to the Shelbourne Knee Center for sponsoring the scoreboard. Thanks to the good people at Subway for feeding our crew prior to the game. Subway with locations in Greentown and Roosevelt. Well, Dave Nicholson, you have some stats.
To this point in the game, Kokomo still shooting very well, 12 of 24 for 50%. Marion only 11 of 30, but you look up and Kokomo only has a 1-point lead. And Marion has had, 6 more attempts, so that really doesn't bode well for Kokomo to shoot that well and still only be up by 1.
TJ Ware. Ware, 3, and he's fouled. He'll shoot 3.
Now, Scott Wood is going to complain that he didn't bump him because down on the other end, if you remember, he was saying, I got fouled on the 3, I got fouled on the 3. And now he says, you call it on me.
That's foul number 1 on Wood.
Ware's a good free throw shooter, 78% on the season.
Oh, not that time.
I should never bragged on him.
Jansen's Tax Service has been serving Howard County and surrounding areas like Frankfort and Tipton for over 36 years. Mark, Rita, and Tony Jansen specialize in individual tax returns, small business, and they offer electronic filing. Call the Jansens in Kokomo, 765-457-3940. And thanks to Mark Jansen for being our halftime guest. So with 4:26 left in the third quarter.
Kokomo brought Arnett back in the ballgame, number 30. Remember, his primary job, one of them was to guard Wood, although now they have number 40 over there, Brown, chasing Wood.
Davron Williams went to the hoop. Patrick Hopkins fouled him.
Well, that's Hopkins' second personal foul, and we're going to see the play here. Davon takes it right in. Yeah, you know, Hopkins, where he made a mistake, he left his feet. If you jump in the air, you're going to get called for the foul most of the time if you run into, if somebody runs into you. Stay set, let him bounce off of you, take the charge. Don't be leaving your feet.
Marion is 3 of 5 from the line.
I think that's not a bad idea for Marion to take the dribble and take the ball right at Hopkins. He's such an important part this afternoon of the Kokomo Wildcats game. Try to get him in deep foul trouble. He's picked up 2 pretty quickly here.
Brock Barbary inbounding, and this is Alan Arnett. Over to Barbary. Wow, I thought he might have walked there, Dave. And a steal by J-Rob McCallum. It's a 4-on-1. McCallum missed the shot, crashing the boards there. Brigham really hit the boards hard.
They say he hit the ball and it came down out of bounds, so no foul there. It'll go the other way. Let one get away there. I thought J-Rob McCallum made a great move to the basket and wasn't able to finish. Kokomo did a great job hustling back, getting in a little interference going on his shot.
(33-31) in favor of the Wildcats.
Think about the three, and as well as he's playing, it wouldn't have surprised me at all if it had gone in.
Hopkins, he's in that lane a while. No. Offensive board to Tyrone Brown. He'll shoot 2.
Remember, Howard, when these two teams played, we did the game in December. Tyrone Brown did not play that night, and Hopkins played for half 3 minutes, and you can see what a difference those two young guys make for this Kokomo Wildcat team.
Ballantyne for Kokomo, Boyd for Marion. Come in.
Caldwell went out with his 4 fouls. And Coach Joe Luce says we're going to save him a little bit. I want him in down the stretch.
Tyrone Brown is now 3 of 6 from the line. His team leads by 3. Remember, Marion is ranked number 9 in the state. They're 20-3. J-Rob McCallum got the step, and he got the bucket.
He got to the hoop that time. And again, Brown is playing one-on-one with Wood. That opens up some driving space, and J-Rob McCallum's taking advantage of it. Last 2 trips he's got to the ring. The first time didn't finish, that time he did.
3 minutes left, third quarter. Scott Wood kicks the ball away. Kokomo by 1. .250 to go in the third quarter. Last time Marion led was in the middle of the second quarter, 18-16. And the Wildcats went on a run. Hopkins is deep. No. The 3 didn't go by Arnett.
Brigham turned his ankle a little bit on that. He's fine, but he's hobbled as he runs up the floor.
Philip Boyd got the rebound. Scott Wood missed a one-hander. The foul, though, by Brigham.
I think that's his first basket of the ball game.
Yes.
What a big time to get that.
Marion takes the lead, 35-34. Here's Arnett. Follow Brown. That was goaltending. Tyrone Brown scoring.
Tyrone Brown, watch this. I'm sure it was above the rim. Yep, I would say that was on its way down. And Wood picked up the goaltend. Brown picked up the basket.
Our 7th lead change. Kokomo coming in 15-7. Marion 20-3.
What a quarter the Tyrone Brown has had for the Kokomo Cats. Sometimes your defense helps your offense. Remember, he's the one that's chasing Scott Wood all over the court. And I think if you work really hard defensively, it does help your offense. It certainly does help in this quarter.
Arnett with the rebound. That's off the hands of Pat Salinas.
You know what I like about that? Coach Brian McCauley, when that ball went through his hands, he just said, that's okay. Just stay calm, keep playing. Right. He's going to be a good coach. He is.
You know, you don't like those kind of turnovers. You don't like those kind of turnovers either.
But you don't want, why lay any more guilt on your kid? He feels bad enough about it. Keep him positive, keep him moving forward.
I agree completely. Here's McCallum. Scott Wood on the baseline. Boy,
caught the side of the bankboard.
He has forced a few shots.
He has to carry a lot of the scoring load, averaging 25 points a game for Marion.
Arnett missed. And the rebound taken down by Williams.
Got numbers if he can find them.
J-Rob McCallum.
I don't know why he flipped that from below his waist. Reach up there and lay it off the glass.
It was in close.
Release up high.
Timeout with 1:06 left to go in the 3rd quarter. The Wildcats by 1. Thanks to the good people at Subway for feeding our crew prior to the game. Subway with locations in Marion and Fairmont. In Marion at 1421 Kim Road and 3411 Southwestern Avenue. Subway. Dave Nicholson, you talked about what an excellent coach Brian McCauley is, and his team ahead by 1 here late in the 3rd quarter. Tell us about what they've accomplished to lead this Marion team by a point, a team that's number 9 in the state.
Well, they haven't turned it over much. They've executed well on the half court. They have been very patient, both defensively and offensively. They said, well, how can you be patient on defense? That means you don't shoot passing lanes, you don't gamble too much, you stay really solid between your man and the basket, and you pressure the ball. And you do all those things. Plus, after the 1st quarter, they've really had success in finding Scott Wood. And first it was Arnett chasing him, and when he got 3 fouls, they moved Brown over on him. So all those things are signs of why they're up 1 point at this thing. It's not that Joe Luce's ball club has done a bad job, but Kokomo probably has executed their game plan a little bit better than have the Marion Giants.
Okay. Here are the Wildcats with a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. They're ahead by 1. That's Alan Arnett, guarded by J-Rob McCallum. Alan Arnett with the individual effort.
That time it was all Arnett. He just put the spin move on J-Rob, got a step advantage. Either one of those guys gets 1 step advantage, it's lights out.
And reaching in there was Chase Swain. Let's see what the call is.
I think that's on Salinas 42, I believe.
It is on
right, Howard. I apologize.
40 seconds left, 3rd quarter. A 3 would tie it. Work it down low and deep. The follow, though, put up and in by Michael Brigham. It counts in a foul for Brigham.
Well, Brigham has only 2 field goals in the game, and he's got them both in the quarter. Watch him stay after this. He misses the first one, gathers himself, and goes up strong. That's what you should do. Don't rush. Gather yourself, get your feet under you, get a good base, and power up. And he's got 2 big hoops here in the 3rd quarter.
First time at the line tonight.
He's a 53%er, but he got the bounce.
We're all tied up at 38. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Our 5th tie of the game. Here's Alan Arnett. Why not hold for the last shot? Let's see if they do that. 20 seconds to go, third quarter. It's been a great game. Here's Arnett with 10 seconds, and he scores.
They've got plenty of time. Nothing wrong with that shot, except I still like it taken a little later in the clock.
McCallum with a running one-handed.
That's going to count.
Michael Brigham's tip at the buzzer counts, and that's the end of the third quarter.
And once again, you don't shoot the ball that early when you're holding for one. It gives the opponent a chance. We've seen it 2 times in this game. It gives the opponent a chance to come back and score at the other end, and you've gained nothing.
We're tied at 40 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
When I hurt my knee, I really wanted to know what was wrong, so I chose a knee specialist.
I wanted to know how to fix my knee and if surgery was really necessary.
I wanted somebody with a worldwide reputation for great results.
I wanted to know how soon I could get back on the track.
I wanted no less than the best.
If you have knee problems, you need to see a knee specialist. That's why people from around the country, around the world, choose the Shelbourne Knee Center. World-class care right in your backyard.
Announcing the new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC. If your last car was a Pontiac, your next truck will be a GMC. GMC means tough, professional-grade trucks. The new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC offers sport utilities and crossover vehicles like the Acadia, the Envoy, and the new luxury Yukon and Yukon Denali. Your service-minded dealer, the new Mike Racer Pontiac GMC, luxury and elegance with the best service possible. At the corner of Main and Earl, Lafayette.
Massage therapy is becoming more popular than ever, creating a need for trained professional massage therapists.
Alexandria School of Scientific Therapeutics, the oldest school of massage in the area, will train you to be qualified.
Their instructors, who have over 130 years of combined experience, take the time to work with you one-on-one. Fully accredited by the state of Indiana and the Commission of Massage Therapy Accreditation, Alexandria has flexible classes that work with most schedules. Call Alexandria School of Scientific Therapeutics today.
40 Sports presents the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week. Indiana Members Credit Union, keeping it simple. Friends, we are tied at 40. WHMB TV 40. The regionals at Marion, Dave Nicholson.
Let's look at what we talked about as far as keys to the game. For Kokomo, half-court execution. I give them high marks for that. Get Hopkins touches. They certainly have done that. And Shadow Wood. They have done everything they have to be in the ball game, and that's why they're tied at 40-40.
We begin the fourth quarter. Wood, 3, no. Offensive board. And the bucket by Michael Brigham, who in the last minute has really come alive.
Well, in the last quarter, he's come alive. He had 7 there in the third. Didn't score in the first half.
4 of his last 5 from the field, all of them in close. He has 9 points, as you said, Dave, all in the second half.
Nice pick and roll.
1 pass too many. Hopkins threw it away.
Got to take care of the basketball. Keys to Marion, we said, was shooting of the guards. They've done that pretty well with Wood and McCollum, although Wood has really been shut down since the first quarter. He's made 1 3-point shot since the first quarter.
We begin the fourth quarter.
Nice pass.
Scott Wood, a beautiful pass, and he scores. And the Giants, with 4 quick points, have a 4-point lead, which equals their biggest lead of the game.
That was made by a great give and go or basket cut by Wood. When your teammate has the ball and he draws a little bit of attention, the best thing you can do is cut right down the paint. Chances are you're going to receive the ball and be in great shape to score.
Nice ball movement. Hopkins scores.
Up and under with the big guy. He went silent in the third quarter offensively. He's on the board early.
J-Rod McCallum counts personal foul for J-Rob McCallum. Dave, that was borderline.
Wow, you're going to hear that, the Kokomo crowd. Watch this replay. Let's see if he's set. He wasn't moving much. If he did anything, he kind of leaned in with his left side, but that's one of those bang-bang plays, very difficult to call, and you're seeing Coach McCauley talk to the official about that call, I'm sure.
Well, I don't know that. It didn't look as if Hopkins had moved.
I would have called it a charge.
Yes. It's a big, big play. 6:23 to go.
J-Rob McCallum, 78% shooter. And you would expect McCallum and Wood to take over here in the last quarter, and so far they're off to a good start. They have 5 points between them here in the fourth quarter.
They've done, as you said, just that. We thought it might have happened earlier in the game. It didn't, the way it's happening now.
Something tossed on the floor. Whoever did that's pretty silly.
6:17 to go. The Giants by 5.
Just hope that was accidental and not throwing, because I always felt if you throw something on the floor, heck, you may hit your own team in that phase. So how dumb is that?
Here's Arnett. Hopkins to the hoop.
He's showing the ability to take that ball off the dribble.
Tyrone Brown following up, offensive board and a foul.
That's going to be on Brigham. I think. Watch this replay. They take it down. Still block shot there. No, that was on Williams. Not on Brigham, and the reason that's good for the Marion Giants, Williams only has 1 foul now, and Brigham still has 2, and Brigham has been a big factor offensively as well as on the bank boards.
So it's a 3-point game. Brown with 9 points, all of them in the second half. Here's J-Rob.
Brown's having a tremendous second half.
McCallum got the step. McCallum didn't hit the floater. The tip no as well by Williams. Look at those Giants still going. McCallum.
You talk about determination. That was his 3rd try. He just stayed after it.
And he slipped. And let's see what the call is. Timeout was called. Kokomo calls time.
Now, I'll talk about when we come back. I got a problem with that call, not because in this game, but in any game. Go ahead.
We'll pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
At Vincennes University, your choices lead to an exciting future. I choose to conquer the air.
I choose to advance the world.
All top story.
I choose to master the airwaves.
Exciting futures begin with your choices. Vincennes University.
There are some things in life worth waiting for, and the X534 is one of them. Just witness, if you will. It's 4-wheel steering and powerful V-twin engine, all backed by a 4-year limited warranty. There's not another mower around that's built stronger or lasts longer. A mower like this doesn't come around every day, but this day is your day.
Available at McGavick Outdoor Power in Kokomo on US 31 North across from Menards, and in Marion, 1808 East State Road 18.
There's the score. Marion by 5 in the fourth quarter. Dave, you were making a point.
Well, all season and previous seasons as well, and I've heard officials talk about this and a lot of fans, officials grant timeouts when 2 guys go on the floor when neither has control of the ball. That was a loose ball, in my opinion. No one had real control, and the coach calls a timeout. Maybe the problem is letting the coach call a timeout. A few years ago, a coach couldn't. It had to be a player call it. But you've seen him dive out of bounds and call a timeout before they're going out. And I've said many times, you got to watch the guy's feet to make sure he's in bounds. You got to make sure he's got possession of the basketball, and you got to see him call timeout or hear it. So I just think there's too many times they grant the timeout when no one has real solid control. Smart play by Coach McCullough to take that timeout.
Marion was down by 3 late in the third quarter, 40-37, now leads by 5. 5:25 left. That's on J-Rob McCallum, a good deal away from the basket.
That's not a good foul by J-Rob. He just simply reached in. Maintain your position. You're up 5. Defend. Don't try to make, that's where you don't gamble by reaching in or shooting gap. Right now, Marion's got a little bit of control. Been impressed with my friend Joe Luce down there. He's normally a lot more emotional than what I've seen today.
T.J. Ware misses a 3.
I think his sense of confidence has rubbed off on his ball club. Look at this, wide open.
And putting it up and in is Michael Brigham, who's had a great second half.
What a great look and see from the backcourt. Get your head up, see what's going on. Found Brigham wide open down on the basket.
Arnett didn't score, and the rebound taken down by Williams. There's Wood. There's the 3, and he's got it.
And he's going to shoot one.
He's fouled with a chance for a 4-point play. Scott Wood.
Watch this replay. Nice find of Wood. It doesn't take room. If he's got daylight, he's going to bury it. Remember, he averages 25 a game, and he shoots 38% behind the 3 line.
Brock Barbary commits the personal, and the Giants, with an incredible run, they now lead by 11, and they've blown it open. But no matter what happens, Dave, the rest of the way, let's give those Wildcats a lot of credit. It was a tie game after 3.
Wood was sealed by Wood. And should never have thrown that behind his back.
There were 2 defenders there. Marion's only turned the ball over 3 times the entire game. Kokomo's turned it over 11 times, but the Wildcats battled them for 3 quarters.
Now, once again, the officials have to bring 2 players together. If there's something going on that shouldn't be, call the foul. You know, I don't know who caused the foul, but either way, if you get tangled up, whatever you see, call. It's not you're not a counselor, you're a referee.
You heard it from Dave Nicholson. You're not a counselor, you're an official.
Yeah, that's 2 good guys going at it, Scott Wood and Tyrone Brown. But whatever you see, call. You don't stop and say, next time I'm going to call this. Call what you see.
That's Scott Wood. Backdoor pass, baseline move. Hopkins rebound.
That's the big guy playing point guard. Boy, he's had a good afternoon.
He hasn't given it up yet. Now he does.
Got to keep going. Kokomo, don't panic. You got 4 minutes. Run your stuff, get a basket, and cut into it.
Hopkins 12 rebounds. That rebound taken down by Brigham.
Boy, he stepped up and been a man the last half tonight. He's
Williams.
hitting the boards like crazy. Plus, I've got him for 5 field goals and a free throw here in the second half, so Brigham has just come alive.
Hopkins commits the personal.
That's 4 on Patrick Hopkins, and what's the play here? Backing him down, that's Williams, and Hopkins got the foul. You remember last year, the Marion Giants really felt like they had a state championship won with about 2.7 seconds. Scott Wood on the left wing hit a 3-point shot to put his team ahead a point, and then the clock almost runs away. They put time back on the clock and put 2.7 up. And I've debated that many times. I understand that, putting the time back on, but they let the Brownsburg team take the ball out on the sideline. And if no time run off the clock, if you call it as soon as it goes through the net, the ball's clearly got to be inbounded out of the basket. And then there was some discrepancy on the clock. Give Brownsburg credit. They made a follow shot and won the state tournament.
Alan Arnett with a basket. He has 10 points, but his team's down by 10 with 3:23 to go. And the Giants call time, and we thank the good people at Subway for feeding our crew. Subway with 4 Kokomo locations in the Markland Mall, on Dixon, on Kitana, and on North Reed Road. Subway. Howard Kellman, Dave Nicholson. We're at the Marion Regional, the championship game of this regional tonight, with Fort Wayne Snyder playing the winner of this game. We'll have it for you at 11 p.m. on TV 40.
Should be a great one coming up tonight. We kind of had the North Central Conference tournament going on here with a visitor in Fort Wayne Snyder, but now we're going to be down to one North Central team, and that looks very much like it's going to be the Marion Giants against Fort Wayne Snyder. Marion played Fort Wayne Snyder, Howard, back on February 27. Didn't fare very well as Snyder won that ball game 82-66. So I'm sure that Marion is looking forward to having a little revenge, another try at Snyder. Here's Kokomo scoring. We've talked about Hopkins a lot. He has 14 points and 12 rebounds. An outstanding afternoon. Arnett 10 points, Brown 9 points and 7 rebounds, and Barbary 9 points and 3 from 5. All of his points coming with 3-point shots. Made 3 out of 5 3-point shots.
Marion with the ball, and traveling is the call on Davron Williams with 3:15 to go, and Marion ahead by 10. .315 left in this one. Kokomo needs a bucket and needs one in a hurry. There's Arnett against McCallum. Hopkins.
That's a panic shot.
There were 5
He's had a great afternoon, but I don't think you want the big guy taking that. And, you know, with 3 minutes, 10-point lead, you're still in the ball game. But get it in the guy's hands. T.J. Weir's a good 3-point shooter. Barbary's a good 3-point shooter.
Arnett missing. There were 5 Giants, I started to say, for that last rebound, and they had the ball go out of bounds.
And Arnett's a pretty good shooter. So, yep, if you want Hopkins to be your offensive man, get him down the paint, get him the ball. He's been great there all afternoon. No hurry if you're Marion. You move the ball, take open shots.
And spinning and missing the shot is Boyd.
Joe Luce, the coach of Marion, kind of turns his head sideways, said, I don't know why we would take that shot.
Ware missed a 3. Follow-up.
Yeah, it should be on Davron Williams. He smacked him upside the head. I don't know if they got him or not. Watch this drive. There's our Ware taking the shot. There's a battle, and you saw Barbary come down inside, and they gave the foul to Williams as we suspected.
So Brock Barbary has his 12th point, his first of the second half. His team down by 9 now. It's 56-47.
If you're Kokomo, if this goes in, you put on the full court press. And Marion, of course, they've got a press offense. They'll get it inbounds and advance it slowly, I would think, because they have the nice lead. They're playing the clock now rather than Kokomo.
Here's Scott Wood.
Bring it back on top. I think that's 5 on Patrick Hopkins. They called timeout and bailed him out. Had the foul call, but the coach had taken a timeout.
With 2:19 to go and an 8-point lead for Marion.
That's one of those, if you're the coach and you're maybe 1 or 2 points down and you don't see anything happening, you think, I better go timeout and set up a play. And about that time, one of your players lets a shot go and it goes in the basket. And then you say, who took the timeout? So Joe Luce took the timeout because he didn't see anything happening, and I would think he'd want to be a little more conservative.
There is Michael Brigham, our Jiffy Lube star of the game. 11 points, all of which came in the second half, and he also had 10 rebounds. He was the huge factor in Marion turning this thing around and coming from behind and now up by 8. Michael Brigham, our Jiffy Lube star of the game. Thanks to McGavick's Power, one of our fine sponsors in Kokomo and Marion.
They need to keep the ball on top and away from the sidelines.
And they steal and missed the dunk. Arnett missed the dunk.
I think on that first one that Scott Wood may have got just a little piece of the basketball on that dunk attempt. He came in there at the last second. Looked to me like he got a small piece of it and pushed it off the glass.
The game is not over yet.
There's a nice drive by Arnett, and on the rebound they took a little foul, and Arnett, that's Barbary shooting. So Arnett did not get fouled, but Barbary did.
Barbary cuts it to 7. 2:07 to go.
Something very important you just said. This game is not over.
It's a 6-point game. Here's Scott Wood. Boy, I don't know what he's shooting that situation. You're ahead by 6.
Jump ball.
Hardwell missed the jumper, but why not hold on to the ball?
I tend to agree. The clock is what you're playing against.
You're ahead by 6 with 2 minutes to go. You know, why risk missing his shot, which is what happened, and giving the opposition the ball back?
Yeah, if you've got a wide open layup,
that's different.
Take it, but that was a 12-foot shot. Bring it back out. Keep the clock ticking.
The Wildcats could cut it to 4 or to 3. Arnett. And the tip by Hopkins. Hopkins with a tip.
That shows watch Brian McCauley take this time out. Here's a follow. Watch Hopkins go up, open hand, just enough to get it in. You can't see the coach, but that shows that Brian McCauley still has some quickness. I think he could play. He got from the bench to that official 10-second line, fraction of a second to call the timeout.
And the Giants were trying to wave it off, saying basket interference. It clearly was good. It clearly was not basket interference.
No, I didn't see any basket interference. I thought his hand was completely in front of the rim. In fact, he was kind of reaching over the top of a Marion player, and he just touched the ball with great touch to knock it down. I didn't see any violation there.
8 straight Kokomo Wildcat points. When it appeared as if the game was over, they were down by 12. They've cut it to 4 with 1:41 to go.
Well, the Marion Giants as a team shoot 74% at the free throw line. So I think what you do is take care of it. Each coach knows his ball club. Maybe they haven't had great success in running the clock or running a little delay. But I think it's really past time that they think about doing that. Keep the ball in Scott Wood's hands, J. Rob McCallum's hands, and you're in pretty good shape. The reason I say that, Wood's a 93% free throw shooter. McCallum's a 78.
Dave, do you foul if you're the Wildcats?
Not yet.
There's Scott Wood. All the way, and he scores. He got the step, he got the bucket, and the Giants lead by 6.
The reason that was a good shot, he got all the way to the ring. He was under control. He could have stopped if a defender slid over. That's a good shot.
Scott Wood made a nice play here on the defensive end, reaching in, stripping the ball away.
Well, Scott Wood will get some votes for Mr. Basketball. This is a year that there's no clear-cut favorite, and there's about 5 guys that are in the running for that. And I think it's going to be the team that makes a deep run in the tournament that player happens to be on. You think of Bird in North Montgomery, he'll get some votes. You think of Elston from Tipton, he'll get some votes. There's a lot of people out there that are going to get some vote. Hall, the guard from Bloomington South, Jordan Hall, that's going to IU, he'll get some votes. So, you know, some years, this is Mr. Basketball, you pretty well know it. This year, I think there's about 5. And again, let's say if you've got Marion advancing in the tournament and Tipton doesn't, then Wood may get more votes than Elston and so on. So I think it's whichever team moves.
Can it be influenced, the fact that Elston's going to IU, Wood's going to NC State? Could that influence some people? It shouldn't.
Oh, no, there'd be no way that would happen. Of course it does. Going to IU helps you. It shouldn't. It should be based on your high school career. But, yeah, if you've already signed at Purdue or IU, it's certainly going to help. We got 1:07. Get the ball in, take care of it. No, you don't want to dribble, big boy. Give it up.
And the ball knocked away, but a foul.
Oh, he got bailed out, didn't he?
Yes, the foul prior to Patrick Hopkins knocking the ball away.
I get a chance to talk to Coach Luce. I'm going to ask him if he's been working with Brigham's ball handling to play guard. I don't think he want him bringing that ball up the court. There's a good look at Coach Luce. He's done a great job here. I mentioned he's won 3 straight sectionals, 3 straight 20-win seasons. He's coached previously at Benton Central, a school I coached at one time, and Fountain Central before coming to the Marion Giants. It's another reason you want the ball in Wood and McCallum's hands. You went from a 90% shooter down to 53.
And a follow. Arnett missed the shot, lost the ball. That was a huge possession. .50 seconds to go. The Giants lead by 6. Thad Cardwell back in for Marion, replacing Philip Boyd.
Need to get it in J. Rob McCallum or Wood's hands. There you go.
There's McCallum to Wood. The ball knocked away by Ware.
That's blue ball.
Marion only has turned the ball over 6 times the entire game. That was number 6, which is truly outstanding. Kokomo is down by 6, 40 seconds to go. Arnett off bounds. Brigham blocks it. Here's Hopkins, and he scores. 4-point game.
Still got a half a minute.
Oh, he's ahead of the field is Cardwell. Hooked from behind.
That's a block, and it goes back to Kokomo.
What a great play by Barbary. Brock Barbary with a phenomenal play.
Watch this replay. They say they knock it down on Barbary's head. What's the... Whoop. They said it went off the Marion player's head out of bounds.
Kokomo with the ball. Down by 4, 26 seconds to go. McCallum pressing in the backcourt.
Any type of basket by them makes it really interesting now.
Arnett scores to cut it to 2 with 16 seconds. Marion led by 12. And Kokomo on a 12-2 run over 3.5 minutes to cut it to 2. That's McCallum. 10 seconds and a foul.
Well, you got J. Rob McCallum's a 78% shooter.
This has been a great game.
He needs to make both of these. If he makes one, it's a one-possession game, of course, and Kokomo can come up and tie the ball game and get it in overtime. And the way the last 2 minutes have gone, the momentum is definitely with the Kokomo Wildcats. They've done an excellent job of clock management the last 2 minutes.
Oh, he missed it. He is 1 of 4 from the line today. Kokomo down by 2, 9.6 seconds to go. We were tied at 40 after 3 quarters. Marion opened up a 12-point lead in the 4th quarter. Kokomo's fought back.
This is almost a must free throw, because if he misses this one, McCallum misses this one, Kokomo comes up and hits a 3, game over. So you can go from protecting a lead to losing a ball game very quickly.
He's got it.
That was important.
Now, do you foul if you're Marion and not let them shoot a 3?
I would.
Here's Arnett.
You got to foul and don't let him be in the act of shooting.
Where? Hopkins 3. No. McCallum rebounds as the game ends. An incredible game, and the Marion Giants hang on, and they win it. An incredibly hard-fought game. The final score, Marion 59 and Kokomo 56 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
Dear Harper Lawn and Garden, my darling wife bought me a new grasshopper mower for my birthday. The anticipation of using the zero-turn radius around the hedges and trees in our 2-acre yard was more than I could bear. To feel the thrill of the wind in my hair, the smell of freshly cut grass, the excitement of my new grasshopper from Harper Lawn and Garden. Alas, I have yet to even sit in its seat. My wife has commandeered my grasshopper.